Shetty, another one bites the dust. It is really hard to be legitimate in the world of spirituality when with just a little bit of ego, you can get so much money and so much fame. So for those who don't know, it was recently discovered that Jay Shetty has been lying about his past when it comes to claiming to be a monk for 3 years. He's been accused of plagiarism and kind of his go-to parables being stolen from other people without giving them credit. He has a certification school that gives students a master's degree in life coaching, but the accreditation claims on his website were totally bogus. And the life coaching requirements are like practice life coaching for 32 hours and then read for 32 hours and then watch these 8 videos, and then that's basically it. And then it's also like a pyramid system where you're a life coach and then you have life coaches underneath you. So just like how religion is the best place to hide from God, spirituality is one of the best places to have a massive ego and hide from real work, because having a self-help empire and officiating for Bennifer's wedding is a great place to hide from shadow work, which is not glamorizing. It's hard. It's recognizing our desire for money and fame. And if you want to gauge where you're at with this, Thomas McConkie on Mindfulness Plus has a fantastic guided meditation where he moves you through sex, money, power, and fame to see which one shows up for you and see where your ego shows up and how that feels in your body and how to work with it. For vulnerability purposes, because I am aware of this trap and I'm aware of people who fall into it, and I don't want to become that person. Mine was fame, specifically the ego hit that I get when people come to me asking for advice and wisdom. That's the siren that I have to be aware of. So I'm not above temptation, which is why I don't do t-shirt and branding and I don't get into that world. That's why I have 3 spiritual directors that I see personally to check me, and why I have to check myself and make sure that I'm actually helping people instead of getting a high off of feeling like I am. This is also why I don't call myself a life coach, and I'm not a life coach, and I have been trained in life coaching. I'm very specific on what I've been trained on and what I have education in and where I can help. And if it's stuff about your relationship, or if it's stuff about your business, or it's stuff about your mental health, I try to be very clear about what my kind of purview is so that I don't go outside of that and start giving people self-help advice when I'm not educated, which is something that we really see in the life coach space. So always be aware in the spiritual space, in astrology, in self-help, in life coaching, in retreats, in religion, that these are some of the best places to give ourselves the illusion that we're doing the work when it's really being driven by our subconscious fears and our ego desires. And it is one of the best places to lie to ourselves and say that we're doing the work. That's what makes it so enticing. It reminds me of a quote from my client today who was noticing this in the spiritual world. And he said, if you had an ego death, who was the one posting about it on Instagram? So be wary out there. It's a jungle, and you guys keep me humble so that this never happens to me.